Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good? This show, man, I was quite interested in it for a while, and now that this is kind of its fate, it's kind of doing something better than what it's been doing, with something more serious, seemingly to take the front seat, right? Like instead of us just being in a position where we're watching something, we already can kind of guess what's going to happen. We're now seeing another huge plot thread that seemingly is going to change a lot of what's already happening and maybe explain where the demons actually come from, and not just come from, but where they kind of like, I don't know. It feels like this is just going to be the information of whatever this guy was doing and his people were walking towards, and probably a good showcase of what's to come later on. Because, like I said, this show has been able to just do whatever it wants, however it wants, and I think that's one of the reasons why people kind of don't care for it. And not to mention, the things that they do aren't all that exciting. The monsters are pretty atrocious when it comes down to it. So it's turning into one of those shows that I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'll finish it out because I had high hopes for what it could be. And I've seen another anime that had very similar anime style for their monsters, but yet it turned out to be really good. And it's just not, this show is not doing it for me, or anybody. I feel like at this point, unfortunately. And if you are enjoying it, I would love to hear your opinions on just like what makes you like it. Because I do like the characters and the world that they're in, just like how everybody is so everyone has their own vast personalities and their own problems and hardships. So it feels like a world that's actually being lived in. It feels like there's things that, they've been experiencing and have had to deal with. Like, for instance, a guy having to, protect his sister who is sick, but yet he can't afford it. So he's doing everything in his power to do so just to ultimately lose her in the end. And then he still gets to say his goodbyes and stuff like that. It's a very interesting world that this is now that it's being lived in by real people that, to us, they were just these NPCs that are all programmed to have the stories that they have. But imagine them actually living all all that stuff without anyone just writing it into existence. That's what's really setting apart all this stuff is just the absolute detail going into what we'll probably continue to see slash hear in the coming future. But that being said, I understand why a lot of people weren't really too keen on this show. Like, they have good reason not to really care all that much because there's not a crap ton to absorb when it comes down to this world. In the case of like who is doing what, our main character practically knows what's going on with most of that stuff, so it just more or less is her or him stabilizing like, oh yeah, yeah, this is what's going on there and this is what's going on here. And because of that, it also feels like we know we're going to learn everything as soon as the answers are available, because or as soon as the questions are brought up most of the time. Outside of that, I think this was a good episode in general. I'm looking forward to what the finale is looking like. She's in another village getting attacked, and it reminds me of just what happened with the what's his face, the black hero or whatever that came through and pretty much saved them, saved a village already. I feel like this is going to be the big like cherry on top of now another person who has done this is our main character showing up to a place and then probably leaving very soon after instead of sticking around. And maybe some people don't actually catch his name. So overall, I really do hope y'all are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely be talking to y'all sooner than later. Hopefully, Tuesday gets better anime coming up soon because this show was the only one I was really keeping up with, to be honest. And the other ones I've seen them, but I have no interest in them. So we'll see what happens overall. Have an awesome one, guys. Peace.